think we all know Adam, and Adam, he's been with us. Goodness, he holds the record now for the longest GRSP student. So we're glad to have Adam with us, and glad to hear his update. And Adam, you want to unmute yourself and go ahead and present?
All right. So I apologize because my internet and my computer doesn't allow me to share and keep my video on at the same time. It will just turn off and lag out. So I will be turning off my camera as I present. All right. All right. Good afternoon, Rotarians of Dalton Rotary Club. I would like to thank you guys for giving me this platform to share my experience from GRSP. And before I start, I would like to say a few thank yous to the people who have made my GRSP year possible. I would like to thank Carpet City Rotary Club for picking me as their student. I'd like to thank the Rotary Club of Ringgold, Summerville-Trion, and Calhoun for further sponsorships. I'd like to thank Mr. John Richmond for his contribution to me and Anna's amazing time here. And being our host trustee is not an easy job, but he made sure our year went smoothly and as fun as possible. And I'd like to thank my host parent, Anthony Klein, for taking care of me while I was here. Jackie Killings and Amy Grammer for always making sure I was doing fine. I'd like to also thank the whole Barnett family for adopting me and showering me with love whenever they can. I'd like to also thank Mr. Bruce Satterfield for always keeping an eye out for Anna and me for whenever we needed help with anything or just for a nice dinner. And last but not least, I would like to thank Dr. Drayton Sanders for his contribution of his bicycle. So that has helped me throughout my whole Dalton State journey because it allowed me to go to the grocery store or travel around Dalton, and it was great help. All right, so that's all for the thank yous. And unfortunately, there are too many photos to fit into one slideshow, but I have picked out my favorites from the bunch. And I've summed up the year in 4 categories. Of course, the first has to be food. It's no news that I love to eat, and it's pretty much my favorite part of any day. And Dalton State College hosts family trips and GRSP weekends. So my favorite part of any day, being in Georgia, has blessed me with amazing people, people who just constantly support and love each other. And a lot of the times that love comes in the form of food. And uh, being in Georgia, it's really hard not to eat the food because most of it are really, really good. And I could actually count that love. It could be calculated, 15 pounds to be exact. Yes, I did gain about 15 pounds in the first 3 months that I started in Dalton. It was amazing. And some of my favorite foods from Georgia is number one has to be Chick-fil-A. Number two, as you can see on the bottom left, Mr. Barnett brought me to Blairsville for some ribs, and man, it was amazing. It was really, really good. And number three is Willie's Burger Shack. It's the burgers are amazing and they're huge, so that's like the perfect combination. And last but not least, Dalton Golf and Country Club. I know that a buffet style, and being a student at Dalton State, Tuesday afternoons were probably my favorite time because I could eat as much as I wanted, and every meal was a great meal. So thank you for that. And on to my favorite place to be most of during my whole year. Throughout my entire GRSP year, Dalton State College has to be my favorite place. I loved the small college facility because it gave me close relationships with my professors, staff, and students. I formed many friendships throughout my journey. And on top of that, I was actually roped into a SAFE program by my professor, Mr. Christopher Manis, who is also my favorite professor at Dalton State College. And as the program's name suggests, it's a program where we save animals from extinction, which was a whole new experience for me because I never worked with animal rehabilitation before. And I really did enjoy my time working with animals. As you can see, this turtle down here, he was a very playful turtle, and it was just a great experience with the professors. And for the third category, I had made a lot of trips around Dalton, around Chattanooga, and it was really, really fun with different people. And most of the time, outings, the best part of outings are the people that you spend your time with. And they create great memories. And looking back is just, I was so blessed to be able to experience these different cultures and America's sport culture was amazing as well. And some of the most memorable outings were Atlanta United game with Allison and Kyler Smith, who are the family of the Barnetts, as you can see on the top left, and bungee jumping with Mrs. Cherry Robertson. This was kind of a fun yet uncomfortable experience because the bungee cord would always ride up your pants, and being a man, it's not the best thing to experience, but it was really fun. We got a good workout in, and it was an interesting experience. And on the bottom left, we were able to visit the Georgia State Capitol. It was a really interesting experience for me because I've never been to a place where they make official decisions for the Georgia State. And I'd like to thank Mr. John Richmond for initiating the visit for Anna and I. Thank you very much. And a few more are the Atlanta Braves game with the Barnetts. This was a really good experience for me after 2 hours into the game because the first 2 hours, not much was happening. I wasn't sure what baseball was like, and I didn't really know the rules of it. But once it picked up and the Braves started scoring a little bit more, and everyone around us were cheering and tomahawking, we started to get into the groove and really enjoyed it. And I would like to thank the Dalton Rotary Club for sponsoring the jerseys for us as well. And we had a few adventures, random adventures here and there to Chattanooga, which was a really fun place as well. I know it's not part of Georgia, but it is a fun place to go, which is not too far away from Dalton. And as you can see here on the left, I'm not sure if Anna told you the story, but her and I, we had a bet going on here where I told her, hey, if you jump off the highest part of this climb, then I'll buy you Ben and Jerry's. But if you don't, then you will have to buy me Ben and Jerry's. And that day, I got to enjoy a chocolate fudge ice cream for free. So it was a great day, to say the least. And a few more trips were the Apple Festival at LJ, Thanksgiving with the Barnetts, Christmas with the Barnetts, and Christmas with Anthony Klein's family, my host parent. And moving on to the fourth category, GRSP weekend. So GRSP weekends were the most cultural experiences with strangers from all over the world. And for my experience, I felt that the weekends were a place where I could connect with fellow GRSP students while having the privilege to experience different parts of Georgia. Despite the shortcut from the virus, we were still able to attend 4 GRSP weekends: Savannah, Atlanta, Alpharetta, and Columbus. And of all the weekends, I actually enjoyed Atlanta the most. And I think it's because I am a very much a city boy. So Atlanta had a natural attraction for me, and I loved the city and just going through the breakout session, which is it's a place where we go and solve mysteries and puzzles to get out of a room. That was really fun, and that was personally my favorite. And just to explain the pictures here, on the left was it was a technology museum, which was, I think it was in Atlanta, and it was really, really fun. We got to see the history of technology as well as modern day technology, and that was a great experience with the GRSP students. And I would also like to give a huge shout out to the clubs that took care of us during the trip and made the trip possible for us. It was a great experience, and I know it's not easy to take care of 40 foreign students that is in your district, but they did an amazing job with that. And for me, my favorite part of GRSP was the relationships formed with amazing people. We can have great times, but the best part of those great times are the people in it. And the people that I've met in Dalton has been supporting and loving me throughout this whole year. And I know they will continue to support and love me throughout my whole life. And I treasure every person I've been in relation with, and I plan to stay in touch with them for the rest of my life. This is, to me, the best part of GRSP. Here are some photos of me and my friends from Dalton State College. We are still in contact till this day. And that's all for the GRSP year. And this is my current update of what's going on in my life right now. I left for Michigan to see my sister, and we only planned to stay for a week. And during that week, a lot has happened with the virus and the pandemic. So I have been in Michigan since spring break. So you could say that it was a spring break that never ended. And I I believe that is a bittersweet blessing in a way, because bitter in a sense where I miss home a lot and I really, really do want to go home. Unfortunately, Malaysia is being very cautious of people flying in from different countries right now, and my flight ticket has been canceled 3 times. It's been a really, really rough journey trying to get a flight back home. But the sweet thing is that I am able to travel Michigan with a mask on with my sister and brother-in-law, and my sister is also a GRSP alumni. Just to remind everyone, her name is Crystal T, and she says hi and thank you for making my year such a great one. But yes, being here has taught me to spend time with family a little bit more, travel around with mask and hand sanitizers as everyone has been doing. And that's currently my situation. And I would like to also thank you to the Dalton Rotary Club for their contribution to my quarantine stay back home. As some of you may know, when I go back to Malaysia, I will have to actually pay a mandatory sum for quarantine when I get back home. And um, the contribution will help me and my family a lot. So I would like to thank you all for that. And thank you for your time. I'll open the floor for any questions.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you getting on the call today and just telling us about your year. And I'm sorry you're still being in the States when you want to be home. But it's good. I guess you're getting to spend time with your sister.
Yep.
I do have a quick question for you. Do you have a date or anything that you're when you might be able to go back home?
So currently the date is to be announced because uh, I've rebooked my flight twice, and they have canceled on me 3 times. So currently we're just waiting on when they'll give us the green light for us to book another flight back home. Yeah. Yes, it's still to be announced.
Okay, and that's the airline that's canceling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Amanda, did you have a question?
I do. Thank you, President Ricky. Adam, so of course, great to see you today, and thank you so much for being you. You guys, both you and Anna, made the GRSP experience amazing for us as well because you're such fantastic young men and young women. So thank you for that. And then I think the question that I've got for you is just what are your expectations? So once you finally do get that trip back home, what is your expectation as to what your life will be there compared to what you're experiencing in the United States? I'm assuming there will be a quarantine period for a couple weeks. Is it more than a couple
Yes.
weeks? And then what are the differences that you hear that will be there versus here?
So the differences back home and here are very, very vast. When I go home, I will have to mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks. And if I do test positive, then I will have to quarantine even longer than that till I recover and show no other signs of the virus. Hopefully not. And in Malaysia right now, they are very, very strict about the virus rules and regulations outside of your home. And they are restricting a lot more than what you guys are doing here in America. So back home, you can't even go into the mall without a mask or without having to have a checkup with the thermal gun. So even if you want to enter the mall, you have to pretty much scan yourself before you enter, and they'll log you in to a system to say that this guy is okay, and they let you in. So it's pretty much highly regulated throughout Malaysia right now. So that's the biggest difference between our two situations.
Thank you, Adam.
No,
John,
I think
do you have a question? You're on mute.
I think it's
Still on mute.
Yeah, you're still on
Mr.
mute.
John Richmond.
John Richmond.
He's
Scroll
still
down.
You gotta unmute the call again.
Now, can you hear me?
There you
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
How do you think your GRSP experience will benefit you in the future in your career?
I think my GRSP year will open my mind up to more foreign connections in both work and life, because back home in Malaysia, a lot of people are very conservative and they stay within that Asian circle. And I think being exposed to the American culture and so on, it's a great way to tell people back home that, hey, going out to a foreign country isn't so bad, because there are great people out there. There are amazing, smart people out there that want to do businesses and even make great friends. And there's so much more to learn out there in the world, instead of just staying in your small bubble, being comfortable where you are. There's just so much more to learn out there.
And that's awesome, especially with you're standing behind you is a picture, a world map. So
Yes.
Alex, I think you had a question.
Yeah, I was just curious, and it's great to have this conversation with you. Sorry you're in Michigan, but I think you want to be there in the summer and not the winter. What's the one? I mean, you talked about the food that you love. What was the one thing that surprised you about America the most?
The trucks, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of trucks you guys have is insane. Not only the was it the Ford F series, the F-150s, but the huge trailer trucks. Those were a shock to me, because back home there were no trucks. Practically nobody drives trucks. It's just sedans and small trailer trucks. But you come here and they're a mile long. That's the most shocking thing to me, for sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It's always good to get a different perspective. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Adam. This is Smitty.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing
I
real
don't have
good.
a question. I just have a comment. I told Tammy that you were going to be on today, and
Okay.
she's in a meeting, but she wanted me, and I want to tell you too, we love you. We're glad that you're okay in Michigan, and been praying for you. I hope that you're able to get home soon. I know you're ready.
Yes, I am. I love you too, and I heard that your recovery with your ankle is doing much better.
It is. Yeah, I'm
So
almost ready for kickball now, so that's good.
I heard you're playing golf too. So
Playing at it, yeah. But yeah.
nice.
Any other questions? Well, Adam, thank you for being with us. Thank you for your time. We've enjoyed this past year plus now, and one of the most surprising things when I met you is the first time I actually saw you eat a meal. I was like, he's such a small guy, can he eat so much? And I'm glad you enjoyed the food.
Yes, I really did. It was amazing.
All right, well, we'll just closing out the meeting. I want to let everybody know that this video will be on our Facebook page as well as YouTube. So after this presentation, we'll be on those two platforms if you would like to look at it again or share it with the rest of the club. The ones that are not on live stream missed a great opportunity with Adam and getting to see him once again. Next week is the high school football preview with the Kiwanis. We're as a board, we've decided not to encourage our folks to go to this, but the Kiwanis have offered it up to our group. So if you'd like to attend, just let me know. So far, I've had two folks tell me that they would like to attend from our group. I let Kiwanis know that. So I need to let them know as soon as possible if you plan on attending. So that'll be August the 3rd at 12 p.m. at the Trade Center. Just to close it out, I want to share my screen and
Before Ricky, before you do that, can I make a quick comment?
Yes, sir.
First off, I want to thank John Richmond for the past years that he has been the trustee for our GRSP program. It is an immense amount of work, and John did a great job of organizing it for our club the past few years. And I know personally, I've enjoyed being a part of just GRSP, not just this year, but in years past too. And I want to thank him publicly in front of everybody for doing what he did to help make all that happen.
Thank you, Smitty.
I want to echo that as well, John. Thank you for all you do for the club and the GRSP program. It's been, for me personally, very eye-opening getting to speak with and meet and get to know these students from all over the world, and it's been a great experience for me personally. So thank you, John. Anyone else have anything before I close the meeting out? Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen and just to end it with the four-way test. The things we say and do, is it the truth? Is it the fair to all who's concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all who's concerned? So see you guys, and hopefully everybody stays safe and healthy. Thank you.